सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अन्नामलयाय अडियेनै ஆண்ட அன்றே ஆவியுடல் கொண்டாயனக்கோர் குறையுண்டோ குறையும் குணமும் நீ அல்லால் என்னேனிவற்றை என்னுயிரே எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே. ஓம் அதிமதுரசாபஹஸ்தாம் अपरिमितां मोदभान सौभाग्यां अरुणां अतिशय करुणां अभिनव कुलसुंदरीं वंदे। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। Yesterday we saw the 7 stages in knowledge, 7 bhumikas. The first one is called as Shubha Ichha, auspicious wish or desire to evolve spiritually, to seek satsanga, to gain more and more clarity and understanding. That is the first bhumika. And then comes Vicharana, the discrimination. And the discrimination for what? To lead a very good life, dharmic life. So, sad acharanam. For that, you need discrimination. So, vicharanam. That is the second bhumika. And then, only when you start withdrawing from the world outsides, from the sense indulgences, the mind becomes subtle. So, then, subtle thinking, that creates more discrimination. So, tanumanasa. When the mind is very gross, we can't discriminate properly. So when the mind becomes more and more subtle, that can happen only when you withdraw from the world outside. Then the discrimination grows. So that subtlety of mind is called as tanumanasa. These are the 3 bhumikas to start with. And then comes What is that? Sattvapattihi, right? Sattvapattihi means sattva grows more and more so that you are able to have a glimpse of that self, the truth within. But with effort. You are able to withdraw but with effort. You are able to stay with effort. The vasanas push you again and again outside. That is a struggle. And then Ruda Sattva Chamatkaraha happens. More the withdrawal and abidance in the self. What happens? The self shines forth. So to abide in it becomes effortless. That is called as Asam Sakti, means non-union with the world. More you abide, you are not uniting with the world, but you are entering with the self. Asam Sakti. You remember all these terms now? Asam Sakti. And more you practice all these bhumikas, then you come to Pathartha Abhavanam. Meaning so much you are reveling in the self, you are lost in the self, you are absorbed in the self, you don't think of anything inside or outside. Occasionally when people force you, only you come out to this dimension. Otherwise you are always there in that Paraveli. Mostly that is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But still there, the person feels little miserable when he comes out of that state. He feels very blissful only when he is in that state. So the last stage, seventh bhumika, is what? Bheda Anupalabdam. Anupalabdam, right? So you don't perceive any differences. No bheda at all. Meaning what? Whether you are on the samadhi or you are on the vyavahara, no difference whatsoever. Whether you are asleep or you are waking or in the dream, no differences whatsoever. There is no differences between the seer and the seen. Drik and the drishya. So that exalted state of oneness, that is turiya. So what is the peak? No bheda whatsoever. Only abidance in the pure self. And it is sahaja. It becomes his natural state. No effort whatsoever. Becomes his natural state. Where he cannot slip back to the state of ignorance. Yat gatva nanivartante. That is turyavastha. That is the seventh bhumika. So that is where we have to reach. So while you are living, you should attain this liberation. Jivan muktihi. In that Jivan Mukta Purusha, this seventh bhumika is seen, Turyavastha. Always there in that Turyavastha. So it is said, when he gives up this body, Turyatita, though it is said Turyatita, it just means what? We only see his body. Therefore we say body was living and body is gone. When body is gone, this has gone merged. All those stuff we talk. But from his standpoint, never he was ever bound. Never he was ever liberated. Nitya Muktaha. Therefore, no distinction between Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti for him. Settavengya Sah Mudimaran Kepa, Bhagavan. One who is already dead, how can he die? When the ego is gone, he is dead. Settavan Tripi Sah Mudima. Can he ever die again? Meaning what? The death of the body is falling down has no meaning for him because he has no body whatsoever. Because we are in a different state of ignorance, he is in an enlightened state. This we cannot reconcile at all. Therefore, for us to give some sort of or samadhanam, they say yes, Kaival, the Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Yesterday Guruji beautifully brought out. The pot is never conditioned by space. You say, you see the pot, the boundaries of the pot, then you say pot space and universal space. When the pot is broken, this space merges with that space. No. In the first place, the space was never conditioned by the pot. In the first place, the space was never conditioned by the pot. Because pot is very gross, And the space is very, very, very subtle. The gross cannot condition the subtle. Therefore, it is very beautiful. You always remain there. That is called as Jivan Mukti, liberation. That is the ultimate goal of life. Why? There is nothing except the self, which is Ananda. And there is no coming and going, no desires whatsoever, because you are already fulfilled. And there is nothing to desire for, and there is nobody to desire. So these are two beautiful things, One is there is nothing to desire for, and the other thing is there is nobody to desire. There is no scope for any desire because there is the feeling of Puranam, total fulfillment. So therefore, there ends the seeking, and that is liberation. This is what we have seen in the 5th chapter, while seeing this different stages in this knowledge. Abdiye mudiranodu, palukkanum, becomes mature, more and more mature. Other Ramakrishna says, don't use force, let the fruit ripens by its own. See, let us say mango, it has to ripen of its own. You should not use force. Let it ripen, let it ripen. I tell you one thing for sure, by changing the robes, nothing happens. It will not ripen. Yes, it may help a little bit, but this is walking on the razor's edge also. Very difficult. It is not everybody's cup of tea. So, it is not just by changing a robe. No. Only through proper discrimination, dispassion, this grows, this maturity, this ripens. So, Bhagavan says, wherever you are, when you can look within and do this Atma Vichara, there you grow. You need not run away to a cave in the Himalayas. You need not give up anything in this world. Means like, I will give up the house and everything, I will run away. No. So you don't know what are the dangers awaiting you when you run away like that. Are you matured enough? We don't know. See, it is a great maturity is required. Great clarity of thought is required. See, பழுத்த பிறகு பழம் வந்து அங்க இருக்காது. அது கீழ தொப்புன்னு விழுந்துரும். When the fruit is ripened, it will never remain in the tree. It will drop off by itself. Urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshiya mamritat. How beautiful. And that cucumber, it is part of that creeper, I suppose. Cucumber. என்னது வெள்ளரிக்காய். அதுதான் சொல்றாரு அதுல. Urvarukamiva bandhanan. So when it is ripens, by itself it will fall off. You need not pluck it. So when this ripens by itself, it will enter and glide into that turiya. You cannot make it to glide, it will glide by itself. See, the effort is only till this Nirvikalpa Samadhi, this 6th Bhumika. 7th Bhumika happens by itself. As long as you put a lot of efforts, it will never happen because the efforts are the obstacle. Meaning what? As long as the person who is putting forward effort is there, he is the obstacle to enter into that 7th Bhumika. He has to lose himself. So that is why it said grace. It's not effort there. It is just the grace. Why it said is grace? Because your effort is not there. It will not help there. That final plunge into that turiya is not due to your effort. The effort stops well before that. And then you just, it reveals itself. That's what it said, na? Aham aham taya spurati hut swayam. So it reveals itself. So this is what we have seen in the 5th chapter. Now moving on to the 6th chapter. Yeah. This chapter is named as Fate of Ignorant Ones and Seekers and Obstacles on the Path. What is the fate of ignorant ones then? Who are not even in the first Bhumika, living like animals, eat, drink and make merry. Life is to enjoy, like that people live, na? Those ignorant souls, what is their gati? That is the first question. The second question is, those who are striving, but before attaining to the ultimate, that seventh bhumika, if they die, then what happens to them? What is their gati? Very important question, na? So I am putting all efforts, Herculean efforts, but we don't know. Sometimes the health may go for a toss. Sometimes we may go into some sort of a coma, or we die. Then what happens? Adan kelvi. And then the Vasistha starts explaining. Now Rama asks the question. Sri Rama uvacha Mudasya prapta yogasya Katham uttaranam bhavet Arudasya mrutasyatha Kidrishi bhagavan gatihi Sri Rama uvacha Mudasya prapta yogasya Katham uttaranam bhavet Arudasya mrutasyatha Kidrishi bhagavan gatihi Mudasya, one who is ignorant, a fool, identified with the body mind and thinking he is a doer and enjoyer, therefore continuously indulging in the sense pleasures. Such an ignorant one, aprapta yogasya, one who has not taken up to any yoga. Yoga means not yogasanas, it means yoga sadhanas, like withdrawing from the world, trying to abide in the self, nothing of that sort. Aprapta yogasya, one who has not taken up to the yoga, katham uttaranam bhavet, how will he ever crosses this samsara, this ocean of samsara? Taranam means what? How will he cross over? How can he cross over this samsara? What will happen to him? That is the first question. The second one, arudasya mrutasya ata kidrishi bhagavan gatihi. Arudasya means one who is trying. Already he is trying. Maybe he is in the third or fourth bhumika, let us say. Arudasya means he has to some extent mastered. But mritasya, he dies. For some reason, his prarabdha is over. Mritasya. Ata kidrishi bhagavan gatihi. What will be his gati? What will happen to him? Will everything go waste or what? The similar question was asked by Arjuna in the chapter 6 of Gita. Yoga brashtana pati kekrar. Yoga brashtan. Avanoda gati enna kekrar. What will happen to him? Bhagavan explains there. Similar ideas are expressed here. So this is a natural question for anybody. The first one is, in this world when you see 95 or 98% of people are just roaming like wild animals only. Chomma partying, indulging in pleasures, earning, spending. Enna seirom, edukka seiromnu theriyama. So what will happen to them? Don't worry, Lord will take care. Appadi sollala avaru na solran. What will happen to them? You need not worry. Nee vanda velaya gavani. You look within and you help yourself. That is the idea. But here he is asking. Second one is, after putting all efforts, renouncing the world, trying to follow this path, if I cannot achieve the goal and if I just drop dead, what happens? If my efforts are aborted in between, what happens? That is a question. Now, Vasistha, he answers. He first takes up the first question and then he goes on to the second one. Vasistha uvacha Mudasya ruda doshasya Tavat samshruti ratata Yavat janmantara shataihi Nodita pratamapi bhuhu. Vasishta uvacha Mudasya doshasya Tavat samsrutirathatha Yavat janmantara shataihi Nodita pratamapi bhuhu. Vasishta says, Mudasya, for that ignorant ones who thinks only to eat, drink and make merry. See, when you go to the Western world, it's very, very glaring. Wherever you go, restaurants, wherever you go, pubs and party. So eat different veg, correction, non-veg, different things. Cuisine, I am a foodie, people say I am a foodie. Meaning what? I go on exploring and eating different kinds of food and enjoy. I am foodie, And then drink different, things like alcohol, different types of it. And then make merry, party, dance, indulge in pleasure. For that, they work hard. Why? To play hard. They say, through the week, work hard and then play hard. See, these are all the jargons they use. Why? Only to indulge. And then to show off. That's all. What else they know? They don't know anything else, actually speaking. Pavangal, actually. So, such a mudasya, aruda doshasya. Here, aruda means, aruda doshasya means whose sins are very deep rooted. Meaning, vasanas are very ashubha. That is what it means. Doshasya aruda means what? The vasanas or the sins are very deep rooted. Meaning, their vasanas are very ashubha and very strong. See, they cannot do anything else. Evening Achna, they have to go to some pub or somewhere to drink. And they cannot resist temptations. They feel like indulging, they want to indulge. You can't help. Helpless they are. So their vasanas are so strong, deep rooted. Tavat samsrutihi atata yavat janmantra shatihi na udita pratama api bhuhu. Meaning what? Their samsara is so strong, so unthinkable, or it spreads so far. That's what it means. It spreads so far. Their samsruti means what? Their samsar, or their going and coming, pirandu ilaikirathu. Janmantra shatehi. Even if they again and again take birth for the janmantra shatehi, hundreds of births, na udita pratama api bhuhu. They will not even enter into the first stage of knowledge. What is the first stage of knowledge? Shubha icha, auspicious wish or desire. Adu kuda varadu ungalukku. தோணவே தோணாது. ஏன் இப்படி இருக்கேன், ஏன் இப்படி முட்டாள் மாதிரி இருக்கேன், why am I like this, like a fool, அப்படி தோணவே தோணாது. I am very intelligent, I am very smart, I am doing great things, அப்படிதான் நினைப்பாங்க. And for them this world only is real. There is nothing beyond this. We don't know. We may anytime, go away. So enjoy. That's what they know. And for them, most of them, there is no rebirth also, no? So only one life. Don't miss. Enjoy. That is what is their mantra, motto. So they don't even enter into the first bhumika. Meaning that Shubha Icha also will not come. See, we should feel blessed, actually, all of us. At least that Shubha Icha is there. Whether we are putting forward efforts or not, at least Shubha Icha is there. What is Shubha Icha? We want to evolve. We want to seek the company of the great ones to learn, understand. That is there. And most of us, we are in the second bhumika also. Some discrimination is there. This is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. There is no point in running after this. The highest goal is to turn within and to seek that glorious truth. To some extent it is there. So vicharanam is there. It's not that it's not at all there. It's not very constant, stable. When the mind is very sattvic, we feel that way. When we are very rajasic and tamasic, everything goes off. Right? Vicharanam. That also is there. And the third one, tanumanasa. Adu innum konjam weak ah dhaan irukku. Why? Our withdrawal from the sense objects in the world is not that, strong or that intense. So our mind, though we think it is very subtle, it's not actually. It's gross only. See, the subtlety of mind is something else. That comes only with more and more of dispassion, maturity. Subtlety of the mind. You can see through things. So these three bhumikas, mostly we are only in this bhumika. Then it means what? Abiding in the self, sattva, sattva, what is that? Huh? Sattvapatti. Adala innum konjam advanced for us. Asamsakti, adala innum long way to go. And padartha abhavanam, adala patti namakku theriyave theriyadu. You understand? So for this ignorant fool, even if he takes hundreds of births, he will not even enter into the first bhumika. Why? Because he is like an animal, not even an animal, worse than an animal. He is indulging always, and then he is reveling in his own misery. Actually, he is reveling in his own misery. See, what he means is, he has to put forward lots of effort, and somehow some divine grace should descend on him to help him out. So if you don't have this, at least this Shubha Ichcha, nobody can help you. That's what he means. Shubhecha. See, we find people more and more they age. They have to become more and more withdrawn, but they become more and more indulgent. Now you see, more and more indulgent. Always in the world only. Meaning what? Not knowing what to do. See, even great devotees, they appear to be devotees and all, but they don't know what else to do. For half an hour some stotra they chant, evening some half an hour something they do, and 23 hours only in the WhatsApp, in the YouTube, in the social media, and politics, cricket, business, and near and dear ones, call everybody, talk, chomma, attame lama. It will not help actually. So therefore, even hundreds of births they take, they don't even enter into the first bhumika. So the ignorant ones, forget about them. We will talk about the second question. Second one. Third one, no? Third stanza, shloka. Vairagye jantoho avasham bhumikodayah tato nashyati samsaraha iti shastrartha sangrahah. Vairagye vyudite jantoho avasham bhumikodayah tato nashyati samsaraha iti shastrartha sangrahah. Vairagye abhyudite jantoho. In those jivas, jantoho means in those creatures, those jivas, vairagya abhyudite. When the vairagya, when that happens, vairagya means what? Dispassion, detachment from the world. So see, the first and foremost step is vairagya only. Vairagyameva abhayam. So vairagye abhyudite jantoho. So when that grows in one, in the jiva, avasham bhumiko udayaha. certainly the other bhumikas will follow. All the other bhumikas will follow. More and more the withdrawal from the world, more and more the abidance in the self. More and more we indulge only in the world. See, indulgence is not only sexual pleasures. See, I mean vyavahara. Epapar too much chatting, always unnecessary things. And information overload, we say nowadays, information overload. So much of unwanted garbage. More you are extrovert, more you are in the world. You are very much in the lower ladder of evolution. So when you turn within more and more, then what happens? Avasham, bhumiko udayaha, the other bhumikas will follow naturally. The six bhumikas and the seventh one also. Tataha nashyati samsaraha, then the samsara is destroyed. Samsara means what? This ignorance, this transmigration, going and coming. Nashyaha, nashyati means what? It is destroyed once and forever. Iti shastrata sangraha. This is the proclamation of all the shastras. Unanimous proclamation of all the shastras. Iti shastrartha sangraha. This is the essence of all the shastras proclamation. So, today morning we saw in the meditation session, asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punah. I am not attached to anything in this world, in the physical level or in the emotional level or in the intellectual level. I am the pure self. Ahameva, I alone am. Aham avyayaha, I am imperishable. So that is how we have to chant and we have to contemplate. So what happens slowly, that dispassion, the detachment happens, then we grow in the spiritual path. So here it is very clearly said, once when the dispassion, the detachment happens, through proper discrimination, when you observe your own life experience and others' experience, then you understand that there is nothing in the world outside, everything is here. That is dispassion. And then you give up the false. Dispassion means giving up the false. It's not dispassion. Then you need compassion. So, dispassion means the ability to give up the false. Then you grow in the truth or the self. You understand what I am saying? So then all the other bhumikas follow, and certainly the samsara will be destroyed. There is no doubt about it. This is a unanimous proclamation of all the shastras, and this is the essence of all the teachings. So where we have to start now? We have to start from proper discrimination. Viveka, and then comes vairagya. Vichara also means discrimination, proper thinking. And the proper thinking illadanaladhan we are living like this. We are suffering in this world. Swami Tejomayanandaji clearly says, Vicharanaye illadanaladhan ivlo samsara dukkam irukku. Vicharam irunchuna apra acharam. Enga Swamiji da ezhi kodutharu enakku na ashram join pandradhukku munadi I asked him, please Swamiji, something for me, some message. He said, first acharam. He said first acharam. Adhan paathom acharanam, good conduct, proper conduct, acharanam. And then vicharam, proper discrimination. Then samprachara, he said. He said samprachara. He is such a person, he will never give discourse and all. That Swami whom I grew with, he never give discourses and all. But in casual conversation, he really imparts the knowledge. So when you live with him, you understand things better. So he said, and samprachara, following the basic principles of Satya, Ahimsa and Brahmacharya, or fundamental, something like that, not basic, fundamental principles of Satya, Ahimsa and Brahmacharya. So these three principles are the basic fundamental principles of our Sanatana Dharma. Satya means truth, truthful living. Ahimsa, non-violence, not to harm or not to trouble anybody. And Brahmacharya, life of self-control. So this is what he has given. Wonderful. Misplace somewhere it is. So, having said that, where are we? So the third one, only when the dispassion arises, then we start evolving in this path of spirituality. Okay. So now, the fourth verse. Yoga Bhumika Yotkranta Jivitasya Sharirinaha Bhumikamshanusarena Kshiyate Purva Dushkrutam Yoga Bhumika Yotkranta Jivitasya Sharirinaha Bhumikamshanusarena Kshiyate Purva Dushkrutam. So what happens to one who is evolving but has not attained to the ultimate goal? Meaning, somehow his body is gone, dropped. What happens to him? That's the second question. Yeah. Now he is trying to answer that question. Yoga Bhumikaya Utkanta Jivitasya Sharirinaha. Sharirinaha means the embodied one, the Jiva. Yoga Bhumikaya Utkanta Jivitasya. One who is sincerely trying to evolve through all these bhumikas. The first, second, third, fourth, like that. Bhumika Amsha Anusarena. How much so effort he is putting. Bhumika Amsha Anusarena means what? In whatever is Bhumika he is, according to that, Amsha Anusarena. According to the whichever Bhumika he is in, Kshiyate Purva Dushkrutam. Purva, the past, Dushkrutam, whatever sins he has done in his past lives, Kshiyate, it goes off, it reduces. Meaning what? If he has got Shubha Ichcha, then naturally he seeks the company of the great ones. When he listens, then some of his Purva Janma, Dushkruta means what? The sins will go away. When he starts really thinking, Vicharanam, discriminating, and then when he starts withdrawing, no, I won't indulge indiscriminately. I am going to seek the self more and more. I am going to remember the Lord more and more. I am going to seek the company of the sadhus and sons more and more. Then what happens? Slowly, his vasanas, they change. That is why it said, his Purva Karma Dushkruta means what? Whatever he has done is past. That is called vasanas, na? They are actually the sins when they are Ashubham. So they change means what? It gets transformed. So Ashubha can be transformed to Shubha. So more and more he collects the Shubha Vasana, and more the Ashubha Vasanas are destroyed, given up. That is what happens. So Bhumika Amsha Anusarena, in whichever stage he is in, according to that. Slowly and steadily only we evolve, na? According to our efforts, according to our sincerity and intensity, slowly the papas, the durvasanas, they go. And slowly he develops shubhavasanas. So, therefore, you are evolving only. So, let us say, Chuma, for our understanding's sake, if we have got 1000 ashubhavasanas, let us say, when we are born. See, this vasanas we carry in our future lives also. So, through proper sadhana here, when we are in the first, second, third bhumika, suppose we have exhausted, let us say 600 or 700 of Ashubha Vasana. Shuma, I am just giving an example. You cannot quantify this way, but I am just telling you. Advarikku labam thane, you know. So if 600, 700 of Durvasanas have gone, and in that process you have accumulated some very good Vasanas, then in your future births, you will be born with Shubha Vasanas and less Ashubha Vasanas. Then you can follow this path very smoothly, effortlessly. So it will not go waste. That's what he is trying to say. You understand? It will not go waste at all. So you are evolving only actually. So therefore it is said in the Gita, Nahi Kalyanakrit Kashchit Durgatim Tata Gacchati. Kalyanakrit means one who is practicing or doing good deeds or practicing the spiritual sadhana, Durgatim na Tata Gacchati. Nahi Tata Gacchati. He will never ever means go down in the evolutionary ladder. He will never ever go down. Durgatim nahi tata gacchati. Tata means, oh son, dear son, he will never ever devolve. He will only evolve. So you need not worry. Nothing will go waste. But don't expect sudden something, some sort of thing. So according to the bhumika, wherever you are in, your evolution. Bhumika amsha anusarena. Then the evolution happens. Slowly, steadily, the Durvasanas, Ashubha Vasanas, the past karmas, they depart. They go. And you develop, that is Shubha Vasanas. That is how you evolve. See, only when you have Shubha Vasanas, you can think of the Lord. You can seek Satsanga. Otherwise not. See, we all come here for what? Satsanga, to learn more. I have given you only exception for the puja because if you want to contemplate, you feel free. I have not given exemption for satsanga in the evening. After coming here also, if you are unable to come and sit here, no, I want to roam around. You are always roaming around only. At least here, come and sit. Hear something good. We are talking about Shiva Panchaksharam only. No, Swamiji, we are feeling tired. This is all tamasic vasana. அதை கேட்டுப்போம், முடிஞ்சா கேட்டுப்போம், இல்லாட்டி விடுவோம். இப்போ என்ன அப்படின்னா என்ன செய்யறது? அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி தான் அனுசாரேன தான் நம்மளுடைய எவல்யூஷன். அதுக்கு அனுசாரேன தியானம் பார்த்துப்போம், முடிஞ்சா போவோம், இல்லை விடுவோம். இப்போ என்ன? We have come here only for that. Giving up all our other engagements, we have come here for what? To seek this truth, to live this life. Here also, if you are unable to concentrate or sort of sit peacefully, what else to be done? அது அசுப வாசனம் நிறைய இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். இங்க வந்த பிறகு உட்கார விட மாட்டேங்குது. அப்ப அசுப வாசனம் அர்த்தம் அதுக்கு பேர். சில பேர் இங்க உட்கார்ந்த பிறகும் மனசு இங்க இருக்காது. உட்கார்ந்து தாமத்துல மனசு இங்க இருக்குன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. They are here physically because Swamiji கோச்சுப்பாரு, என்ன செய்யறது, வந்துதான் ஆகணும். ஏதோ தெரியாதமா வந்துட்டோம். அந்த மனுஷன் பொல்லாத மனுஷன் கோச்சு எல்லாரும் முன்னாடி ஏதாவது சொல்லி காமிச்சிருவார். அது ரொம்ப வெக்கமா போயிடும் நமக்கு. சரி வந்து தொலைப்போம், பேசுங்க சுவாமிஜி, இன்னும் எவ்வளவு 1 மணி நேரம் இருக்கா, டைமே ஆக மாட்டேங்குது. Some people wonder, ஏன் டைமே ஆக மாட்டேங்குது? Because they are bored to death. You know, because the vasanas are not there. So therefore, according to the Shubha Vasanas only, you can have the Shubha Icha and also this Vicharanam and everything else. Otherwise, it will not happen. So therefore, you don't expect a transformation like that immediately, overnight. I have gone to Tiruvannamalai, Atma Vidya Mandir and learnt Yoga Vasistha. From tomorrow onwards, I am going to renounce everything. I am going to wear this kashayam. And then go and sit, meditate. Why, you are constipated or what? Why are you sitting like this? Sometimes you see people sitting in like this constipated look. What happened to you? I have become spiritual. How long you can sit like this tight? You can't sit like that tight for so long. So relax. You need not do anything. You need not do anything. பார்க்க வேண்டியதை பாரு, கேட்க வேண்டியதை கேளு, செய்ய வேண்டியதை செய், சாப்பிடும்போது சாப்பிடு, தூங்கும்போது சந்தோஷமாயுது. இவ்வளவுதான் சாரமே. You are liberated. நம்ம அப்படி செய்யாதனால we are not liberated. இங்க எங்கேயோ இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் செஞ்ச பிறகு இருக்கு, அதுதான் நம்மளோட அஞ்ஞானம். இங்க இருக்கு, இப்போ இருக்கு, இப்போ சந்தோஷமா இல்ல நான் சாதனை எல்லாம் பண்ண பிறந்தான் பிளிஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்க முடியும். இப்போ என்னை வருத்தி இப்ப பாரு துக்கத்துல தான் இருப்பேன். நான் கொஞ்சம் சிரிச்சுட்டா நான் சாதகனே கிடையாது. இப்போ உம்மனா முஞ்சான் சாதகனா? இஸ் வெரி சீரியஸ். So the idea is, now and here, if you don't live peacefully and comfortably, we will never live peacefully and comfortably. Because we can live only now and here. Please understand. இங்க இப்போ பொருந்தி அமைதியா சந்தோஷமா இருந்தாதான் எங்கேயும் எப்பயும் பொருந்தி சந்தோஷமா இருக்க முடியும். இங்க இப்ப பொருந்தி இல்லாட்டி எங்கேயுமே பொருந்தி இருக்க முடியாது. ஏன்? இது ஒரு ஹேபிட் மாதிரி. எங்க இருந்தாலும் வேற என்ன செய்யலாம், அது என்ன செய்யலாம், அப்புறம் என்ன செய்யலாம்னு நினைச்சிட்டே இருந்தா எப்பறம் தான் வாழ்றது. You understand what I'm saying? It's very, very important. I learned this very much. Now and here, learn to be peaceful, happy, blissful. You develop this habit. It becomes an habit. All the time you are in the present, happy, cheerful. வரும்போது பார்த்துப்போம், எல்லாம் வரும் தான், நல்லது கெட்டதெல்லாம் வரும் தான். So according to the Bhumika, your evolution, the past sins will slowly, it goes away. Okay. Then what about the punya? Shubha vasanas, the punya karma, what you have done, what happens to that? So beautifully said here. Punya lokeshu sancharat. Punya lokeshu sancharat. Sukrute pikshayam ghate. Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe Jayate Yoga Vasistha Punya Lokeshu Sancharat Sukrute Pikshayam Ghate Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe Jayate Yoga Vasistha Punya Lokeshu Sancharat. Meaning what? By going or living in the heaven, Swargaloka. That's what called as Punya Loka. Punya Lokeshu Sancharat. When you go there and live, Sukrute Apikshayam Gate, you exhaust even the Punya. Why? There you enjoy. See, Gurudev Swamiji used to say, Chinmayanji used to say, Swarga means not anywhere else. Maybe there may be a Swargaloka also, nothing to deny. But what he is trying to say, wherever, in whichever field you are blissful, you are enjoying, that itself is Swargaloka. See, some people, they feel very blissful and happy for no reason, because their punya karma is fructifying. Some people feel very miserable and down, depressed for no reason. உனக்கு என்னடா இல்ல, எதுவெல்லாம் இருக்கு, பட் என்னமோ தெரியல, எனக்கு ரொம்ப இதுவா இருக்கு, எப்பயும் இப்படிதான் இருக்கு. ஏன் அப்படி இருக்கு? செஞ்ச பாவம் தான், வேற என்ன சொல்றது? So, by enjoying pleasures or sukha in the punya lokam, in the higher worlds, all the punyas are exhausted. And then what happens to him? This is very important. Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe Jayate Yoga Vasistha. He is born into Suchinam, means pure, and Shrimatam, very prosperous, Gehe, in the homes, in the families. Jayate Yoga Vasistha. This yoga brashtan, or this person who is evolving in the path of yoga, after exhausting all his punya karma in the higher worlds, Now he comes back to this karma bhumi and is born in wonderful family, which is prosperous and also very pure, very cultured. Meaning what is very conducive. ரொம்ப தரித்திரமா இருந்துச்சு, சோத்துக்கே வழி இல்லைன்னா இப்ப பாரு சோத்தையே நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கு மனசு, வேற எதாவது செய்ய முடியும். So Srimatam Gehena ஓரளவு prosperous. And also Suchina means what? Very pure means what? Very cultured family. They are not running after money, but they are leading a dharmic life, earning money through dharmic means. And they are seeking satsanga. And they themselves want to evolve. Such parents he is born. So I always think the children who come here along with their parents, I think they are all yogis. So Suchinam Srimatam Gehe, they have come and born. I always think about Om also like that. I think about Abhay also like that. Like that, you know, they are born into a very nice, good family. And also little prosperous. Why is saying prosperous? Then you need not worry about, you know, Vaitu Polapu. Paparu Vaitu Polapu, Vaitu Polapu, appo ennathana sendikkirathu. See, this is, I tell you, see, though it may give some sort of dispassion and all, but when you are young, when you are always, you know, struggling for money and for food, you cannot think about anything. Again and again you are pushed only to go, yearn. உன் தங்கச்சி எல்லாம் இருக்கா, கல்யாணம் பண்ணி கொடுக்கணும், அது இருக்கணும், இது இருக்கணும், எங்க தாண்டா அப்போ சத்சங்கத்தை நாடு எடுத்து. Some people பிறந்ததுலேருந்தே ஜாலியா ஹாயா இருந்துருவாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க நிறைய புண்ணியம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கப்பா. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. So the same words are appearing in Gita also. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashto Bijhayate. The Yoga Brashta, the one fallen from yoga, the seeker who has not yet attained the highest state, is born in the house of the pure and prosperous. Or is born directly in the lineage of wise yogis. Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. Meaning what? They are born directly in the line of these yogis or great jnanis. Like my father, grandfather is also a sannyasi, a great Mahatma. Like that you can say. Why? Because you have done such a punya that you have come into that lineage. See, nothing is an accident here. Gurudev used to say, nothing is an accident. Everything is an incident. Since you have done that kind of a thing, you are born in such a conducive environment. That's what it means. See, where from early childhood onwards, you listen to all kathas, all these noble, wonderful things. You get effortlessly the satsanga. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. So you are born in that family which is very, very pure in heart. They live a dharmic life and they seek the higher. They remember the Lord. Such families. There are other families. And they are always running after something. Both are employed. Both are in IT. So the husband goes in the morning and comes in the evening. The wife goes in the evening, comes in the night. They don't even meet each other. Saturday, Sunday, they go out to eat and then party and come back. இப்படி ஒரு குடும்பத்துல பிறந்தா என்னதான் செய்யறது கிடையாது. See, money is required definitely, but money is not everything. See, seeking some pleasure, some joy in the world outside is not banned or damned for ordinary people. But only indulging, how does it help? You know? So these people are themselves sadhakas, themselves, you know, seekers. And they are also prosperous. By God's grace, they have enough. Such family, this fellow, this person who is following this path, he is born. So adha enga Acharya solluvar to the elderly old people, don't worry, it is too early now for the next life. So if you follow all these Bhagavad Gita classes, all this satsanga and all, if you do sadhana, when you are born, you will be born with kamandalu in the next birth. பிறக்கும் போதே கமண்டலத்தோட பிறந்தார் அவர். சில பேர் சொல்லுவாங்களே கவச குண்டலத்தோட பிறந்தான். பிறக்கும் போது கமண்டலத்தோட இந்த பையன் வந்திருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். See, அது ரொம்ப நல்ல விஷயமாகும். Don't stop anybody. பிறக்கும் போதே கமண்டலத்தோட பிறந்தா நம்ம ரொம்ப நல்ல பையன். ஆனா கிளாரிட்டி இருக்கணும். நொந்து போய் நான் போறேன், நான் எதுவுமே சரி வரல, படிப்பு வரல, வேற யாரும் கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிறது கிடைக்கல, ஒன்னும் வரல, வாழ்க்கையில சரி வர மாட்டேங்குது. ஐ திங்க் ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஜாயின் ஆஷ்ரம். அட ராமா, அது கிடையாது. I can do anything and everything. I am very intelligent. I am very cheerful, happy. I know what is what. I want to do this. அப்படி join, அப்படி செய்யணும் எல்லாம். You understand? So Srimatam, Suchinam Srimatam Gehe is born, and he continues from where he has left. So nothing, ஏன்னா இப்போ அவனோட vasanas are very less, durvasanas, and even the punya vasanas are exhausted, and he is a clean slate now. He is available. அவனுக்கு தத்துவமசின்னு சொல்லிவிட்டா டக்குன்னு பிடிச்சிரும். அதான் அந்த கற்பூரம் சொல்லுவாங்களா, அது போல டக்குன்னு பிடிச்சிரும். சில மழு மட்டைகள் இருக்கு, எவ்வளவுதான் பத்த வச்சாலும் ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது, புகையா வந்துட்டு இருக்கும். என்ன செய்யறது? ஒன்னும் செய்ய முடியாது. ஸோ அப்படி கொண்டு வர்றதுதான் எல்லாமே. நான் சொல்றேன், சில பேருக்கு கற்பூர புத்தி. அப்ப என்ன, அவங்க பண்ணிருக்காங்க, அவ்வளவு தபஸ், அவ்வளவு சாதனை, அவ்வளவு கேட்டிருக்காங்க, அவ்வளவு மனனம் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, அதனாலதான் டக்குன்னு புரியுது. ஒண்ணுமே புரியலையே, ஏன் நான் டியூப்லைட்டா இருக்கேன், ஒண்ணுமே புரியலன்னா இப்பதான் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கோம், மெதுவாக புரிய ஆரம்பிக்க வேண்டாம். We should not lose heart. We should not compare with anybody. We should only go on putting efforts in the right direction and seeking the Lord, the Satsanga. You understand? So it is very beautifully said. The same idea is repeated. See, I would say this is first Yoga Vasistha, because Rama only, adana illaya, apradhan Krishna vandar, Ramarku apradhan Krishna illaya. So Krishna Bhagavad Gita apradhan vandirukkum. Am I right? So maybe Yoga Vasistha, here it is very clearly said, Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Jayate Yoga. Same idea is repeated in Bhagavad Gita also, in Vedavyasas. Sorry, Vedavyasa then எழுதினார், ஆமா, அவருடைய லாங்குவேஜ். சுச்சீனாம் ஸ்ரீமதாம் கேஹே ஜாயதே யோக வாசிதஹா. தென் ததப்பரிபதத்யுச்சைஹி உத்தரம் பூமிகாத்ரயம் பூமிகாத்ரிதயம் த்வேதத் ராமஜாக்ரதிதி ஸ்மிருதம். ததப் பரிபதத்யுச்சைஹி உத்தரம் பூமிகாத்ரயம் பூமிகாத்ரிதயம் த்வேதத் ராமஜாக்ரதிதி ஸ்மிருதம். ததஹ paripatati, then tataha means then paripatati means he rise towards uchaihi uttaram bhumikatrayam, the higher and higher bhumikas he rises. If he is born in that kind of suchinam srimatam gehe, very conducive for his evolution, then he rises more and more in further bhumikas. Meaning Shubha Icha happens naturally for him, and Vicharanam also, because he is in the company of great people, noble souls. When Vicharanam happens, Vairagya also happens, withdrawal from the world and sense indulgences. And then mind becomes subtle, Tanumanasa. So all these things happen naturally to him. And then he says, Bhumika Tritayam tu etad he Rama Jagraditi Smritam. So these three bhumikas, the first three bhumikas, when you are born in that means when you rise in that, please understand, Jagraditi Smritam, now you are slowly awakening, Jagrat. It is called as, now you are waking up. See, if you are an ignorant fool, always indulging, not thinking of anything higher, then you are asleep. நித்ரை தான் அது. There is only tamas, darkness, not knowing anything. So it's ignorance. You are asleep. Then slowly if you develop this Shubha Ichcha and then Vicharanam and then mind becomes subtle because of the withdrawal, then slowly you are waking up. So Jagrat, hey Rama, Purunjuko, Bhumika Tritayam tu Edat. These three Bhumikas which is expressed, these three Bhumikas, Jagrat iti smritam. This is called as the waking state. Waking state means what? Jagrat means what? Slowly this Jiva is now waking up. Please understand, this Jiva is waking up now. See, ரொம்ப அழகா குருஜி கொடுத்திருக்கார். The Hindu scriptures divide the time period of one creation cycle, Kalpa, into 4 yugas. Spiritually speaking, the Kali Yuga, the dark age, is comparable to when an individual is fast asleep. Kalihi sayano bhavati. When the sleeper turns over in bed, becomes a little aware, that is the Dwapara Yuga. That is the 3rd yuga. When the sleeper sits up, that is the Treta Yuga. Some people sit up in the bed, but still they are not awake. Sleeping only, but sitting and sleeping. The seeker Satya Yuga, the age of truth, is when he or she actually starts walking the spiritual path. That is how it is expressed in the Puranas about different ages. So these 3 Bhumikas, when he is growing in 3 Bhumikas, slowly he is waking up. Similarly, when one listens to the scriptures, Shravana reflects upon the Manana and contemplates Nididhyasana upon the reality, one is said to have woken up from the sleep of ignorance. A person who has given up all evil tendencies, is living a value-based life, has developed dispassion and discrimination, and performing good action is called an Arya, a noble soul. Nobility sprouts with the first step, blossoms with the second, and fructifies with the 3rd step of knowledge. Beautiful, no? What he says? The nobility sprouts with the first step, blossoms with the second, and fructifies with the 3rd step of knowledge. So, அப்பதான் ஒரு சாதகனாவே வரும் இந்த 3வது பூமிக்கால தான். Then advanced, sadhana and advanced seeking. என்னது? இதயத்திலே இருக்க பழகர். அப்புறம் பதார்த்த அபாவனம். அப்புறம் துரியா. அதெல்லாம் highest. Understand? Hasten slowly. This is what Gurudev has said. Hasten, but slowly. See, you cannot do this just like that hurriedly. No. ரஷ்ல செய்ய முடியாது. இன்னைக்கு நான் டக்குன்னு நாளைக்கு நாளான்னைக்கு நான் ஞானியாய் உட்காந்துடணும். சரி, எல்லாரும் வந்து என்னை நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணுவாங்க, நான் எல்லாருக்கும் அருள் பாலித்துட்டு இருப்பேன். அப்படிலாம் நடக்காதுப்பா. ப்ளீஸ். அப்படி ஒரு ஐடியா இருந்துச்சுன்னா யூ ஸ்டார்ட் ட்ராமா கம்பெனி. யூ ஜாயின் அ ட்ராமா கம்பெனி. அங்கதான் போய் அருள் பாலிக்கணும். டக்குன்னு போய் ஒரு தாடி கொடுத்துருவோம், ஜடாமுடி கொடுத்துருவோம். குழந்தாய், உன் பக்திக்கு மெச்சினேன், என்ன வரம் வேண்டும்? சுவாமி, நீங்க அப்படிலாம் ஒரு நாள் கூட பேச மாட்டேங்கிறீங்களே சுவாமிஜி அப்படின்னா அதெல்லாம் நான் சினிமால தான் பார்க்க முடியும். So therefore, this sadhaka, one who is evolving in these 3 bhumikas, he is slowly waking up. Aduraki, he was in deep slumber only. Now only he is waking up. And after that, the next verse, the 7th one, is the most beautiful one. I tell you, ரொம்ப அற்புதமா இருக்கு. ஒரு காஷன், ஜாகிரதை அப்படிங்கிறார். என்ன சொல்றாருங்க? 7th verse தான் இப்ப பார்க்கணும் நம்ம. 6th, 7th. அஸ்த்யந்தமதோன்மத்தா கரிணீச்சா சமாஹ்வயா சாச்சே நஹன்யதே நூனம் அனந்தானர்த்தகாரிணி அஸ்த்யந்தமதோன்மத்தா கரிணி இச்சா சமாஹ்வயா சாச்சேன்னஹன்யதே நூனம் Anantanartakarini. Asti, there is one. Atyanta Mada Unmatta. There is one. Karini. Karini means an elephant. Actually, she elephant. ஏன் அப்படி she elephant சொன்னாரோ எனக்கு தெரியாது. நான் சொல்லல, அவர் தான் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. She elephant தான் போடுறாங்க. What can I do? Karini. There is a she elephant. அत्यந்த மத உன்மத்தா. பயங்கர மதம் பிடிச்சு அலையுது. உன்மத்தா, பைத்தியம் பிடிச்சிடுச்சு அதுக்கு. உன்மத்தா மீன்ஸ் கான் மேட். அத்தியந்த முத்தி போச்சு, டோட்டலி மேட். மதம் பிடிச்சிடுச்சு, மத உன்மத்தா. There is one she elephant which is totally mad and atyanta mada unmatta. It is very violent and destructive. Mada unmatta. What is that? Ichha samahvaya. It is called as desire. Ichha samahvaya. It is called as desire. Sa chet na hanyate. If you don't kill that elephant, na hanyate. If you don't kill that elephant, Nunam ananta anartakarini. Certainly, you are in for endless troubles. Ananta means endless. Anartakarini, endless calamities. Anartham. Anartham தெரிஞ்சா உங்களுக்கு அனர்த்தமா இருக்கேன்னு சொல்லுவோம். Calamity. Anartakarini. Beware, there is an elephant which is mad, roaming around in the jungle, very aggressive. Madam budichu alayudu. That is called as desire. For a sadhaka, it's called as desire. If you don't kill that elephant in time, you are in for endless calamities. How beautifully stated. We will chant once again. Asti, we have to split it like that. Asti, atyanta, mada unmatta, karini, ichha, samahvaya. Sachet, na hanyate, nunam means certainly. Nunam, ananta, anartakarini. Astyatyanta madonmatta. Karini cha samahvaya. Sachet nahanyate nunam. Anantanartakarini. Sa means that she elephant. Nahanyate chet. If you don't kill that elephant in time, O sadhaka, if you don't kill that elephant called desire in time, Nunam, certainly, Ananta Anartakarini, she is going to bring in havoc, destruction in your life, in your spiritual life. So beware. See, Guruji writes, if that elephant is tamed, then it's very sattvic, very nice creature, Elephant is a nice creature. Can really bless you also in temples. If you go, that can bless you also. Ordinary times it is very beautiful only, but it becomes mad. The elephant becomes mad. Destruction let loose. So these desires also. See, initially you have to keep it at check, but you have to reduce it and destroy it. But if you allow this desire to run riot, this unmatta, mada unmatta, then she is going to bring in great havoc in your life, spiritual life. So beware. And what are the expressions of this mada unmatta karini? That is going to be explained in the next verse. Very beautiful. What are the expression of desires in the mind? என்ன மாதிரிலாம் இந்த desire express ஆகும் இந்த மனசுல அப்படிங்கிறது we are going to see in the next two verses, so that we can be very aware and safeguard us. அதுக்கு தான் இதெல்லாம் எழுதி ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கு. So we will see in the next class. That is at 9:45. People are complaining that Swamiji, morning class, you are taking so long. எங்களுக்குலாம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கு, மெடிடேஷனும் உட்காந்தே இருக்கும், அப்புறம் கிளாஸ்லையும் உட்காந்தே இருக்கும், அப்புறம் சாப்பிட்டு வந்து திருப்பி உட்காந்துருக்கும், எங்களை காப்பாத்துங்கன்னு கெஞ்சுறாங்க. சரின்னு சொல்லி 8:12 எனக்கு முடிச்சேன். 3 minutes earlier. only 3 minutes earlier. சப்ஜெக்ட் முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, அதுதான், வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை. ஓம் பூர்ணமதா பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணமுதச்யதே பூர்ணஸ்ய பூர்ணமாதாய பூர்ணமேவாவசிஷ்யதே. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. ஹரிஹி ஓம். ஸ்ரீ குருப்யோ நமஹ. ஹரிஹி ஓம்.